Meantime, the public service needs to evolve to meet the changing needs and aspirations of citizens. Deputy Prime Minister Tharman said this at the just concluded Public Service Leadership Dinner, where he highlighted 3 priorities for the sector. 1. Developing a habit of looking at issues through the eyes of ordinary Singaporeans. 2. Developing deeper pools of expertise. And 3. Strengthening a culture of lifelong learning about public offices.
Selective en-bloc redevelopment is common in Singapore as older public flats make way for new ones. But the SERS project at Tanglin Holt Estate was done a little differently. Through feedback from residents, the HDB introduced new options like allowing elderly homeowners to take up a new flat with a shorter lease at a replacement site. This gave them a cash bonus to supplement their retirement savings. This was cited as an example where public officers looked at an issue from the eyes of ordinary citizens.
We must be close to the ground, listening to feedback, sensing the deeper concerns that often underlie that feedback, and spotting the gaps in policy delivery that should not be there.
As one of 3 coordinating ministers in Cabinet, Mr. Tharman also pointed out that issues citizens face often do not fall within the responsibility of a single agency. So public officers must come up with solutions that cut across multiple agencies. And as the country moves forward, Mr. Tharman urged public officers to involve various stakeholders, including civil society and individual citizens, to co-create the future of Singapore. On developing deeper pools of expertise, Mr. Tharman pointed to the use of data analytics. The Municipal Services Office's integrated feedback management system is one example where this technology is being used to deliver prompt services to residents. Finally, developing a culture of lifelong learning, a key thrust of the Skills Future initiative.
Removing barriers to progression is not all that this is about. We must actively support officers to continuously acquire skills throughout their career or careers in the public service.
For a start, the Public Service Division is working with 5 government agencies: the Central Provident Fund Board, the Housing and Development Board, the Immigration and Checkpoints Authority, the National Environment Agency, and the National Library Board to develop a common service competency framework. The aim is to help officers and supervisors to make systematic efforts to acquire the skills they need to advance in their jobs. The 5 pilot agencies can also use the common framework to develop officers and work with the Civil Service College to curate relevant training programs for frontline staff and supervisors.
And in his address, the head of Civil Service, Peter Ong, said that the Public Service Division's pilot sectoral competency framework launched last year has received positive feedback. The framework develops leaders in 5 sectors: economy building, infrastructure and environment, security, social and central administration. Mr. Ong said that from 2016, the framework will be rolled out to all officers in the Public Service Leadership Program. Courses at training institutes like the Civil Service College will also be reviewed. All this is aimed at supporting public service leaders as they adapt to Singapore's internal and external changes. Mr. Ong said that a key focus must be an appreciation of the importance of collectively building the country's future. And to deal with future challenges, Mr. Ong said that public service leaders must firstly be aware of the changes that create diversity in Singapore. They must also build for the future and collaborate as a team.
Given the government a strong mandate at the recent general election. Collaboration occurs at a higher level than coordination or cooperation. Coordination helps manage overlaps, and cooperation enables support for each other's objectives when they are aligned. But collaboration occurs when agencies come together to jointly develop solutions to support shared whole-of-government objectives. This may involve trade-offs for some agencies, but as a whole, we will be better off.